Hey guys, how's it going? It is Smalls Gaming, and we are back with another one after not uploading after a week and a half. But I just want to say credit to iferg after his video when he did the using every pistol in ranked to get a nuke or something. I will link his video and his channel down in the description, but I am going to be using every single pistol in ranked, and we're going to do from the worst performance all the way to the best. So you already know which is going to be the worst, and that is the MW11, but let's get straight into it. With the MW11, I just want to say this gun was trash, low fire rate, and there used to be a bug where the fire rate used to be like really fast, but they ended up patching it because it was a bug with the MIP like flashcard where it increased its fire rate by like 1, but it was trash and they patched it so it's not good anymore, and it was one of the worst pistols in the game. But let's get straight into the next pistol. So with the Renetti, I think the Renetti is actually a burst pistol, and I think I like it just because it's a burst pistol, and I just like one bursting with this gun. And I think one of the things that makes this like is just that it's a burst, and I think this is why a lot of people don't like this gun. And I mean, I enjoy it. It's been my main gun at least this ranked season. I mean, I replaced it instead of the FHJ. The FHJ used to be one of my main secondaries, but now it's the Renetti. The hip fire is really good, so that's really what I use it for. I don't really like ADSing with it. It's just not that good. And it's just not the best idea to use this for long range just because recoil is really high. And since the recoil is really high, you won't be able to take any long range fights just because even if you put every single recoil attachment, it's not going to be working. The reason why is just, I don't know why it doesn't work and the triggers don't work, but it is what it is. I wouldn't recommend ADSing with it. I do recommend hipfire. I think I'm going to replace this gun with the #1 spot in this list or this gameplay just because it's just a much better gun. I enjoy it a lot more and it just does more damage overall. And I think since it does more damage, I think it just kind of makes the Renetti useless. I mean, getting those one-shot bursts are just really good and just will make any pistol not viable, but it's a burst pistol, so it's not going to be the best. But when you get a headshot with this thing, it is insane and it just feels really nice. But the Renetti just doesn't feel good at the moment just because nothing really works. But let's get straight into the next pistol. And now with the revolver. The revolver is actually pretty fun, but it's just the fact that it needs the stopping power reload to actually be viable. Because if you don't use it, you actually can't one-shot headshot with this thing. But I think just the visual recoil on this thing just doesn't make it feel good. I feel like it can be meta, it's just not a lot of people like it. It's never been that good. It's never been a gun that you'll see a lot. I think before Gunsmith you saw it a lot just because it was just much better than the MW11. But once Gunsmith came out, the MW11 was just much better, and then the Deagle came out, which is just a much better revolver. And you can actually fight long range with the Deagle. But I think with this gun it's just not that good right now at the moment just because you'll be struggling with this. And I mean, it's fun, it's just that you need the stopping power reload, which on a lot of guns you don't. And with the stopping power reload you get 6 bullets in your chamber. Other than with other guns, you can use like a 13 round reload with the Deagle, you can use a 20 round reload with the MW11. And with the Renetti, I think there's a 20 round reload too, and it's just much better than the revolver. I think the revolver right now isn't really gonna be the new meta, I think, for a while. I think if it was viable without the stopping power reload, I think it would be much better, I think. But either way, the mag is still pretty small with the extended mags. I think you get like an 8 round reload. I think just the Deagle's much better. I think it's going to be competing more, but this gun was really fun. I did these all in one take, so I didn't record multiple games. I just did with whatever I did with whatever performance I ended up getting it. So the revolver was actually pretty fun. I think the MW11 was really the only one I struggled with, and the Renetti a little bit. But the revolver is actually really fun. I like how the gun looks. The iron sight is really good. And right here, you'll see a guy pushing me with a shield, and it's just really funny. And this was just a really fun gun to use. I'm probably gonna be using it a little bit more next to the Deagle probably. But it was just really cool. I think I might be the new meta. It might be the new meta actually. I don't know why I say I might. It might be the new meta, and I think I'm gonna be happy with it because the revolver actually I wanted to get it diamond at one point, but I think the Deagle's just better and there's just better pistols out there. But you already know how it works. There's probably not going to be a new meta after a few months, because right now I think that Deagle's still meta. Not Akimbo, because Akimbo's actually kind of whack. I just never liked the Akimbo. I always used the single Deagle. And I think the single Deagle is just much better, I think. I always use the single Deagle. I sometimes use Akimbo, but I personally like the single Deagle. With the revolver, I think it would have been maybe meta if it had Akimbo with snake shots. And I just hope that they don't add Akimbo with this gun, just because this is just gonna become toxic. It's gonna get nerfed to the ground. It's just no one's gonna use it anymore. But you know, it is what it is. We can't really do much about it if they do end up adding it. But it's not like, I feel like they are gonna nerf it to the ground if it is very overpowered. They just need to learn how to balance it. But let's get straight to the next gun. And now with the Deagle. With the Deagle, I think is just much better. I think it's one of the best pistols in the game. You can, I think, 2-shot up to 13 meters, and that's why I'm using the monolithic suppressor. I think because its range is super good, it's not that hard to use. I think it's definitely one of the best pistols in the game. No other gun will compete against it. Maybe Akimbo Deagles, obviously, but Akimbo is already nerfed and it's not as viable as it once was before. So I kind of like to use the single Deagle, and I always did. If you've seen my ASL ranked highlights, you would see that I also use a single Deagle there. I'll sometimes use the Akimbo Deagles just because they were fun to use, but not now just because they're nerfed. So you're not going to be seeing a lot of players now with Akimbo Deagles. But personally, this gun has a great iron sight, good damage, a big mag. I think I used the largest mag for this gun. I think it's the 13 round mag. And I think it's really good. I always like putting a big extending mag on my pistols, and it's super easy to use. So you're not going to be struggling with this like the Renetti, because the Renetti is a burst pistol, so you're not going to be struggling as much. But I just want to say that this gun was kind of difficult at the start to use. Like, I was kind of scared because before I wasn't really that good at really leading my shot with the Deagle, but now I think I'm a little bit better. It's just you have to kind of be doing its timing. The timing has to be right for when you want to use this gun, especially in close range. You'll be struggling a lot more there. But obviously, I would have used Akimbo, but I didn't really want to kind of make it cheating or something like that, just because Akimbo is super easy to use. Its hip fire is really tight. Its fire rate is really high too. But they nerfed it too, so I probably wouldn't have even used it anyways. But it just sounds super satisfying without a suppressor as well. It's just sounds super beefy, and I think that's what I like about the gun. But I think the revolver and the Deagle have really a special place just because they sound super cool. They are super cool and they are valuable enough to actually be used. I mean, unlike the Renetti, because the Renetti is kind of trash in my opinion. Because, I mean, it is my main weapon this season. I might switch it for the Deagle just because I did really good in this match, especially with a pistol only. I was kind of scared to do this challenge just because I thought I was just going to get destroyed. Luckily, I didn't have to use a shotgun because I tried to do that a while back, but I just couldn't. So I think with my performance with the Deagle and the revolver, I just expected to do really well. But you already know, not all your matches are going to be good. But other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you guys next week.
It's that good feeling, show me you're with it. Iced out watch, now she knows I'm winning.